Welcome back, guys, it's Kydro. We're gonna talk about the brand new endgame mode for Wuthering Waves that is coming in 2.1, the Whimpering Wastes. They finally have shared more information about this mode, because in the live stream, if you have watched it, they barely showed anything. They just showed this picture here, and they showed a bit of the UI of this thing. You have seen that there's a bunch of items here. Apparently these are tokens that you can equip to your characters and stuff like that, but it was so vague that I was really confused. At least they showed some of the rewards that of course got the community very hyped, because yeah, if you guys have forgotten, the Tower of Adversity is gonna be changed. The Tower of Adversity is now gonna be a monthly thing. It's gonna have a reset of 4 weeks, and this thing is also gonna have a reset of 4 weeks as well. So the Whimpering Wastes and the Tower actually have quite a similar schedule, but we're gonna jump into this in a bit more detailed version in the next tab. We're also going to talk about the weekly thing that they have announced, because there's also a weekly combat challenge gameplay, because I saw people complain that these two modes are just a monthly thing with a 4-week reset, and for the hardcore players that is simply not enough. Everybody wants to have something they can do every week, and here comes this game mode, I think, to play the Fantasies of the Thousand Gateways. Little overview, this is gonna be similar to the Somme Noir event in 1.4 if you have played it. So it's gonna be probably a roguelike, kind of funny mode. They also are explaining here a little bit, mentioning that it's completely weekly challenges, you have to earn points, you get astrites, and I think they also show a bit of gameplay here. And it's an expansion and upgrade for the previous roguelike gameplay. Could be a mix of Elusive Realm and a mix of the Somme Noir Dream mode with. So I assume they will also post something about this one as well in a couple of days maybe. But for now, we're gonna talk about the Whimpering Wastes. What is this? Why does it sound so funny? Well, we finally have some more details. We're gonna jump into this. The mode is gonna launch at the 2.1 update, and you have to reach level 30, and you have to complete a tutorial quest that is related to this game mode. Probably gonna explain to you how this game mode works, because it actually seems like it's quite in-depth. There's some pretty complex systems about this. Let's jump into the rules. In Whimpering Wastes, assemble unique lineups and equip distinct tokens to conquer challenging levels. Earn points, accumulating enough points unlocks rewards, astrites, premium resonance potions, and premium energy cores. I think in another tab they also explain a little bit more, but here you can see the rewards. Just as a little overview, we get 800 astrites for the first waters, the first sea. Then you get 625 astrites, a bunch of other rewards as well for the respawning waters. And the other respawning waters, torrents, is also giving you another 175 astrites. So just to tell you already, this first one is not gonna have a reset. So that's a one-time only 800 astrites. That's it what they've announced for now. So pretty much these two stages will give you 800 astrites every 4 weeks. Pretty much coming close to the TOA rewards. They also explain it here again that the Forbidden Waters can only claim once, and the challenge of respawning waters blah 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 will reset periodically with varied content and effects. When the cycle resets, your progress will be cleared and you can challenge again to claim rewards. So after 2.1 update launches, this event or this permanent game mode will run until March 17, which is I think the release date for the next update, but I'm not sure there. The Whimpering Wastes will have a reset after this, and after the reset it's going from March 17 until probably the next update, I would assume. And here they also announced, starting from the second Whimpering Wastes challenge cycle, each challenge cycle will last 4 weeks, and here they show it exactly as a little timetable, a little bit of an overview. Here in February we have the Hazard Zone reset, and a bit later we're gonna have the Whimpering Wastes starting. Then we have Hazard Zone reset there. We have Whimpering Wastes at the half there resetting. That is a pretty nice overview right there until April. Let's see if they have any changes after that. So that's as far as this one goes. With the release of Whimpering Wastes, the Tower of Adversity Hazard Zone schedule will also be adjusted. Each season of Tower of Adversity will be available for 4 weeks, starting from the Hazard Zone reset from March 2. So there we go. We have a 4-week reset for Whimpering Wastes and Hazard Zone. Now let's jump into how to play, because this actually seems quite complex. I think the devs actually have thought out something quite interesting. Progression through Whimpering Wastes requires completing all challenges stages with its own constituent areas. Forbidden Waters, the Respawning Chasm, yeah. So you have to go one by one. You start with the Forbidden Waters, then you clear the other two. You only have to clear this one once, right? The Forbidden Waters is one time only thing. It's like with the tower. And after you have cleared that one, you pretty much can do the resettable content that is resetting every 4 weeks, which is the Respawning Waters Chasm and the Respawning Waters Torrents. Successful completion of one area unlocks the next one. There it is. And all of these ships are like specific levels or stages. And you gotta start, of course, with the lowest one, level 1, going up there. Yeah, looks quite interesting, the UI for this. But more interesting is this one going to the next stage, which is the Respawning Waters Torrents. Because this one actually has, I think, an infinite symbol. So we might be doing this infinitely. Is this the infinite tower, a kind of typical gacha mode that we kind of wished for? Sadly, chat, I have to tell you that there is no freaking footage of this game mode at all. We don't really know if this is going to be super hard or challenging, or if it's a rather more fun mode. But very cool is also that we're gonna have tokens. And what tokens are they gonna explain here. Each challenge stages consist of 2 halves, first half and second half, meaning you need 2 teams. You will need to deploy a team of 3 characters for each half. Each challenge stage features environmental effects and enemies. So I don't think there is like a stamina system or Weiger system that they have in the TOA. You pretty much can use the same team, I think, for every of these boats or these stages. But here you can see Carlotta, Jeji, Shorekeeper, and Yinshi, Yinlin, Verena being used. And there's something quite obvious here as well on the right side. I think that's a token, because apparently every stage also has its own buffs. When entering a challenge, Concerto energy is restored to 100%. And the other one is when entering a challenge, resonance energy is restored to 100%. But then we also have a glacial and spectral damage buff, 10% increased, and clear goal is 500 points, and reach point 800, 1200, and 1600 for S rating. Clear to unlock 2 tokens. You're gonna get 2 tokens here. And if we scroll further, I think we're gonna see what tokens are. Clear the challenge stages in Forbidden Waters to unlock different tokens. In Whimpering Wastes, every team must equip tokens which grant special effects during combat. Completing a challenge consumes 1 token use. So it seems like that these tokens are rare, or you have just a small amount of them. So gotta be careful where you use them. But for example, the golden tokens, he only has 2 of them. And this one, for example, gives after casting intro skill, increases crit rate of all resonators in the team by 40% and crit damage by 80%. For 15 seconds. This token can be used up to 2 times in Whimpering Wastes. So I guess maybe we only gonna be able to use these tokens a limited amount for each of the reset of the Whimpering Wastes. I would assume that. But yeah, you will get special buffs from the tokens. Completing a challenge consumes 1 token, and token use can be restored by resetting the challenge. So from my understanding here, you will unlock these tokens by doing the previous stages, and then you can choose which buffs you will use where. And all of these buffs are pretty much limited, except for the ones that have infinite usage, of course. Sadly, we don't really know what these other buffs are doing, but it definitely seems quite an interesting kind of mechanic or system that they have added here. If this is gonna be fun or not, we have no idea. I don't know why they are not showing gameplay here, because I wonder what the gameplay looks like. Is it just a pincer maneuver? Is it like more like a Tower of Adversity, where you fight waves of enemies? Sadly, we don't know, and there's no gameplay here. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the Whimpering Wastes. But of course, don't forget, we also get a new weekly challenge, which is gonna reset every week. This mode is gonna give us astrites every week. It's freaking crazy in my opinion. So I do think these 2 editions of game modes are great freaking ideas. We get these weekly challenges, seeing a bit of gameplay here where they're fighting Thundering Mephis or Tempest Mephis. Yeah, seems freaking good. A weekly roguelike mode that gives us freaking astrites. I think that's a freaking cool thing. And with this other mode, Whimpering Wastes, we still have to play this. Let's see if the buffs are fun enough, if the gameplay is engaging enough to keep us motivated for playing. Very excited for the upcoming update. This is pretty much all what I wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know, guys, what do you think about 2.1 and the new endgame modes, Whimpering Wastes. As somebody who's not the biggest fan of the Tower of Adversity, I'm actually quite happy that this Whimpering Wastes mode seems more like a fun mode with buffs, with some crazy buffs right there. You saw 80% crit damage, 40% crit rate buff. Kinda crazy. let's see how challenging this is gonna be and how fun this is gonna be. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's the video. If you want to see more Wuthering Waves content, make sure you subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and I appreciate you all for watching. I will see you in the next video and also live on Twitch. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.